Yes, hit them up.
I did. Now you're gonna check them. Now your oh no, that's right.
My channels, I got to hit my own. I think. All right, hold on.
No, it's on. I just haven't finished. Okay.
Okay, I see they're on. All right.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Unfiltered Real Talk with Christine and Chris. We're here as promised.
We are here.
And
I see
with
us.
less technical difficulties.
We're getting this down pat, girl. I'm not looking at the screen because I'm checking all this technology. We got it. Hey, everybody.
Did you check the YouTube? The YouTube?
I can't check the YouTube.
You did last week. Okay, see now here's our first technical.
Oh wait, there we go. We gotta hit the log on and get rid of the music now. I can't get the music off. What's up with that? All right. All right. Now the YouTube. Now we got to get the chat room going. Right? Chat. Bang. We are live. I see it. Can anybody see this? Hi everyone. I just clicked out to the world.
All right. Okay. So I just want to let everybody know that apparently I have to go in every week and reapply for my TikTok to stream because it went off again. I do not know what that's about, but I didn't know that. I thought it was taken care of last week. So again, this week it won't go live on TikTok, but we're on Facebook and we're on YouTube, and we will be on the podcast will be uploaded later this evening after we're done, and you can hear it anywhere that you listen to your podcast, Spotify, Sirius, Apple, all the places.
So we're going to be uploaded like that movie, Upload. We're there forever.
Let's not talk about that. Chris will start crying.
We'll start crying. Hey, speaking of crying, there's no crying when you're fully caffeinated, when you got a cup of Beach Buddha coffee in your hand, because this portion of the show is sponsored by the best roast from coast to coast, Beach Buddha Coffee, beachbuddhacoffee.com.
There you go. Get yours today. Ask for a sample. So is Owen here? Because Owen was supposed to get his. I want to know how it tastes.
Well, I don't know. No one's really logging in yet, but they might be watching, and we don't really know. I know. Looks like on my end of the Facebook, Luanna's watching, and I've got two different platforms going, so it's hard for me to see everything. But Tommy Grande commented on the video. It's going. He's coming on, I think. All right. So people are coming. People are coming.
As long as we're on YouTube. And if anything was to ever happen and we weren't on YouTube because the streaming's not working, I mean, we're always going to be somewhere. So you need to make sure that you are on our YouTube channel, as well as you need to be on the Facebook page, Chris's Facebook page. We have a Facebook group, and it's called Unfiltered Real Talk with Christine. Just go join it, and you'll see links to Chris all the time.
So the first couple minutes of this podcast, before we get into the down and dirty, the dirty low down, we're gonna just figure this technology out, because I wonder if we could just, instead of logging on to my Facebook, your Facebook, if we can just literally go into the group. If we can go into the group, and actually go live from the group, I think we might be able to do that.
Well, yeah, whatever you did to get on to your page, we could also do on the group, I would think. Yes.
So a lot of people are logging on my Facebook.
Cool.
I'm going to say I'm so glad you're here to all of them. And I just realized, I'm typing because I'm so used to that.
Yeah, you don't need to. You can
I don't need to. I can tell them right here. So Luann, Marianne, Elisa, everybody, thank you for logging in and chiming on with us. We're going to have some fun tonight. Christine's got a little bit of jam-packed action for you. I don't know. She always going to put me on the spot, I think, as usual.
I don't think I'm going to be putting you on the spot tonight, Chris. I don't think. And I don't want anybody out there getting all. Chris has got a big fan club, and they'll come after me. They will come after me if they think.
Listen, I got news for you. My fan club, and I hate to even use that word fan club, because they're awesome people and they're just cool friends, but they will flip that switch on me and go your direction in a heartbeat.
Hey, well, it's nice when our followers and our encouragers, our supporters,
that's our supporters,
Yeah, it's nice when they hold us accountable. That was the whole reason that I wanted a co-host, and I wanted it to be a man because, different perspective, and I wanted him to bring along a whole following of his own because I want to be held accountable for the things I say. I want people to ask me, "Wait a minute, what do you mean by that?" And so this is great. Flip away, people, flip away.
Yeah. Oh, wait. What do you mean flip away? You trying to take my friends now? Take my peeps?
No, I didn't mean it that way. I know that is what you said.
Okay.
That is what you said. But what I meant is flip away, as in hold us accountable. Hold us accountable.
Exactly. Hold us accountable for sure.
If we say anything that you don't like or don't understand, just ask.
And remember, nothing we say can and or will be held against us because it's not a court of law. We're not doctors. We're not professors. We're not much of anything, really.
I had several people this week go when they asked me, "So what's your podcast about?" And I told them, and they said, "Oh, so you're an expert on relationships." I'm like, no.
Well, it depends on how you look at it.
I am not an expert on anything. That's why I'm doing this. You guys tell me what I'm doing, please. Come on, let's talk. I am not an expert.
That's right. Dee Marie just logged on, so she's a new viewer today. Dee Marie, welcome to the show.
Hi, Dee.
So how you feeling? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I could not often fall asleep any moment, but if I do, Chris, just carry on.
Just do me a favor. Don't snore. Don't snore.
I do snore.
Is it gonna be like a weekend at Bernie's? Like I gotta prop your eyes open and
no.
All of a sudden, so Chris.
I don't have narcolepsy, but I've been on a lot of medication for 4 weeks, and it took its toll. So I'm trying to get my energy back.
Are you drinking
very
water?
Difficult. Huh?
You drink a lot of water?
A lot of water?
Water.
Water?
You gotta.
Lots of water.
Gotta flush it through. Get it out. There you go.
and a little of this stuff too.
I'm not even gonna go there right now. I know that cup.
Sorry.
I know that. I don't want to see it.
Sorry. Maybe I need a shipment of something.
You do.
All right, guys. So I have a question, Chris. I have a question for everybody out there, actually, and for you. So I was thinking, so Chris and I both are, single, out there looking, and as you get older, the dating pool gets smaller, and that either has to do with maybe longevity. It might have to do with the fact that the good ones are married, but whatever the case, I think a lot of it also, the percentages go down because I think a lot of people at our age, if they're not in a committed relationship and are out of one, they don't want another one. A lot of men and women have just decided, look, I'll date for fun, but that's it. I don't want a relationship. So whatever the case, the pool has gotten very, very small. Well, not that's too many varies, but it's gotten smaller. It is a little bit more difficult. And if you know what you are looking for, it's even harder to find what you want. So having set that whole thing up, my question is this. Since the pool's smaller, at what point, and is it okay to expand your age range? Go younger. If you're younger, go older. Age gap relationships. That's what I want to talk about. Age gap relationships. And I want to talk about if there's a double standard between age gap relationships between men and women doing it, being the elder in the relationship. So that's what I'm going to talk about.
First off, I just want to tell you, when you said about the pool and the getting smaller and the good ones are taken, I know what you meant by that, but I don't like to say, the good ones are taken or they have baggage or they're this or that, because that's not true. I mean, everybody's single for a reason or divorced for a reason. Whatever happens, happens. But what I like to say is I've heard a lot of times from women that are divorced, right? And they're out all the time. They're like, I'm making up for lost time. I was in prison, or I was married for 20 years, or I was this, right? And I'm out now. I'm like, well, but then in one breath, they're saying they want a relationship. They want to be with somebody. But in the other breath, they're out 24/7. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, and I'm not directing it at any one person. I've just heard this in the past many times. So it seems like the younger ones, the younger ladies and men, want to be in a relationship, and the chronologically challenged want to be out there partying down. They're going through divorces and whatever.
Yeah, and when I say the good ones, I'm talking about the good ones as in the decent people who want a relationship are already locked down. They're already in a good relationship and they're happy. And I think that, I mean, my experience is exactly what you just described. You've got some people, I think the majority of the people that are older and out of a long-term relationship are not interested in another long-term relationship. They really aren't interested in playing the field either, unless that's something they've never done. You know, and then it'd be like you said, making up for lost time. Maybe they never got to experience that. Uh, and those people are out there. I think that there are probably more women out there like that than men. Just because I think a lot of women get when they get married young and have kids, a lot of times, unfortunately, they're the one that stays home and takes care of the kids while that young husband is
Right,
still
right.
out there having fun. So men don't necessarily have that same urgent feeling to make up for lost time, but they're out there. I
Right.
mean,
I notice men, including myself, can get a little awkward out there too. You know, women, listen, forget the whole player thing. You know, what I mean by that is, you know, they think guys are out there playing, but you know, women can be intimidating, older
yeah,
and younger. They're out there on the dance floor, you know, looking great, or going out at the bar and doing their thing. You feel they're unapproachable, or they give a very weird vibe, or they'll play you a little bit, you know. So it's, where do you go? You know, I'm finding, um, for me now, I'm 53. I meet different. I meet older and younger, and I meet a lot of older women, and I don't want to say older than me. Okay, as much as 20 years, trying to blatantly hit on me.
well, yeah, I hear that all the time.
So what do you do? What do you do? I mean,
What do you mean? What do you do? As you being hit on by an older person, or you mean as the older person wanting to find a partner, or
both.
both?
I mean, I've always felt like, I think that a younger man and an older woman could be a good connection, but you got to get past it. You got to make sure it's right. Like, I know many people that are 16, 18, 20 years, 25 years apart, some of them. You know, I don't know. Does it work? Does it really work? I don't
It,
know.
I think it can. I think it's like any other relationship out there. It needs to be vetted very well, and you need to the type of vetting that you're going to do for an age gap relationship, especially if it's that much, is going to be a lot different than the one you're doing for a man who's closer to your own age, or a woman that's closer to your own age. What does Sandra say? Being out a lot, in my opinion, are people that are not comfortable being by themselves. In my opinion, that's true. I believe that, Sandra. I think that there's a lot of people, especially people who become single, who will start trolling, you know, bars and even if it's not that in particular, but they're always out, they're always gone, they're always doing things because they are very uncomfortable being alone. Um,
Yeah,
it's not
I
always
get it.
the case,
Listen,
but
I
it's
get
true.
it. I mean, I'm alone a lot. I'm alone a lot. I mean, I am in a relationship now, just so you know. I didn't tell you, Christine, but I am, with yeah. I'm in love with this beautiful woman. I call it Patty.
Patty.
Patty. It's the Patty wagon. It's my brand new camper. I just got back. I should have did this.
Chris was fixing to get a lecture from me because I was thinking something else, and he was
I
going to
had
get
this
a
for a
lecture.
minute. I I had it. I just got it. I've been researching it. I don't want to switch gears, but there was a statement around that. Now you made me lose my thought. So I'm in love with my camper. I had a great time, and I met people out there. I know where I
Is
was
she
going with
older
this.
than you or
No,
younger
I
than you?
know. I met couples on the campsite, and I met this one couple that are older, and they had to be uh, 70s, like mid to later 70s. Okay, now
Did
not
they
that it's
want to
not
swing
old.
with you?
I'm sorry. No, they were our neighboring site. They weren't. Well, they were camping with us, but we had a drink together. The campsites are wonderful. You meet everybody. Just everybody's there to just relax.
Yeah.
Anyway, put all that aside for a minute. And they were telling me their story. Second marriage. They both have kids. He was a camper. She was not. Okay. She knew nothing about camping and was like, "You're going to go camping?" Her kids said to her, she's like, "Yeah." Now she loves it. They love it. They go everywhere. She goes, she wanted to see the world, the 50 states before she dies someday. And they're doing it together. And
Good.
so the point is that later in life, they're older. I think she was a little younger than him, though. There wasn't, she was telling me, I forget it. We were having a couple cocktails, but, so it's possible that it's out there, but where? How do you
Oh,
find that?
sure. No, it is. Look, I'm just curious about the age gap because I've been getting. So I'm on this one dating app, and I have literally got. I'll bet you when I get back on tonight, if I do, there will be over 600 likes. And I'm getting these when I'm on there. I am getting them probably about every 2 to 3 minutes.
Wow.
And I'm getting messages, not just likes. They're full messages from people, right? From guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you,
And
because I'm not.
well, it's an adult site, just so you know.
Okay.
But and this happens on the other, like Hinge and Plenty of Fish, Match, all of them. I get, especially Hinge, I get guys who are like 18 to 25 is a hot number for the guys that are constantly hitting me up. And of course, I mean, I won't date them. And occasionally I'll talk to them. So there's this 21-year-old today. And I got to tell you, one of my arguments, because, I mean, I talked that there's this guy in Florida. He was 20, probably 25 when he started talking to me a few years ago. He's probably about 28 or 29 now. I've never gone out with him. I'm not going to go out with him. And he checks in with me periodically because he really wants to. Huh?
21.
The guy today is 21. He doesn't look 21. He looks probably in his 30s. Oh, I know. Yeah, Chris is going to do the math. I understand. I won't go out with him, and I told him, no. I will
Well,
not.
let me
Go
ask
out.
you a question. This is serious. Why would you even entertain a conversation with him?
I entertained the conversation because I am who I am, and I asked him. I always ask him the same thing: what is the age of the youngest or the oldest person you've dated, and what attracts you to the thought of dating an older woman? Come on, I've been doing this
What
for
do they
3 years. I talk
say?
to all men.
I mean, what do they say?
Well, the man today told me his
The
oldest.
boy today.
Yeah. He said although he doesn't look it, some of them do. Some of them look like if I saw him out in public, I would probably call the cops on myself. It's just get away, But this guy, he still looks too young. He looks about in his late 30s. So still too young, but he definitely doesn't look 21. But anyway, he said that the oldest gap that he had was when he was 20 and she was 45. So it just happened
Wow.
last year. And he said, I'm really not sure what it is. There's something about the wisdom of an older person, the fact that she knows what she wants. And I will tell you right now, this is the exact same answer I get from all younger men. It's the confidence. It's that she knows what she wants. She has experience, and she's just not going to play any games with me.
Well,
It's always the same.
First off, I want to say hi, Lisa Grossman Maglaro. Thanks for chiming in, Lisa. It means a lot that you're there.
What are you laughing at, Owen?
What's that?
Sorry. I said, what are you laughing at, Owen?
Hey, Owen, my man, Owen. Hope you're enjoying your coffee, Owen. So, I've had a situation. I was in my 40s, okay? And I was, let's just call it 40, okay? I was doing an event, and there was a wonderful girl there working, and we We hit it off. We talked. She was cute. She was very cute. She was very, very professional, very nice. So we exchanged numbers. We went out. Turned out she was 25. I was at least 15 years older than her. We went on 2 dates, okay? And the first date we went out to dinner, and it was in my own head, I felt like everyone was staring at me. I felt like everybody was like looking at me like, look at this old dude, or look at this dude with this young girl. Now, I don't know how I would do that today. All right. I don't know if I would feel that way today, especially knowing compatibility, what it should be like. You know, I was maybe a little mature. I'm still immature, but I felt so weird, you know, and I couldn't do it. We went on like 3 or 4 dates, and I kind of broke up with her. I felt bad. I'm like, I just can't do this.
And I think that's probably the main consideration is this something that you're even comfortable doing? And that would be the first thing. Only you can answer that. And it might not be something you can answer. You might have to actually live it before you know whether you're comfortable with it or not. You might look at somebody, excuse me, and they might be 20 years younger than you. And you may think, well, yeah, because they look, I just don't look at them like that. And I'm very attracted and we get along.
Well, I think that compatibility is everything. You have to be, and I said this, we touched on this.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And if you have all, but even if you have all that, that's where I was going. Even if you have all that, and so you want to go, you just might be too uncomfortable. You don't know until you go.
Yeah, I mean, I know somebody who just dated a girl that was 20 years younger than him. Okay, they were fantastic. All right. I got to tell you something. It's a little unfiltered, but I'm going to tell you what Lisa Ann just said in a minute. But they were fantastic together. She was going to go wanted more than he could give at the point, so they made an honest conversation to separate. Okay, and they did. They still talk occasionally as friends, but I thought they were great. I really thought if they could have put their heads together, it would have been great. She was wonderful. I don't know if I should read this, okay, but it's kind of funny. So what do you think, Christine? It's semi off key, but not really. So Lisa said, my sister cracks me up. Her motto is, if he's old enough to come out, but if he's old enough to come out of me, he's not going in me.
Right. Yeah. But Lisa Ann, my question is this. But still, I mean, when you're 12, we can get extreme with this. Never mind. Let's keep it in context.
Yeah. I don't want the cops showing up to my door.
So I want to say, for my side to this, that I have no problem. I have no problem with people who age gap date. The only time I would have a problem with an age gap date, number one, it's none of my damn business what somebody else does with their relationship. But having said that, the only way that it would bother me would be if I saw some sort of DV happening, some sort of SA happening, something that was wrong. Okay, I see Chris, deer in the headlights.
What are those two initials?
Domestic violence or sexual assault.
Yeah,
so a lot of people don't like hearing it, so they like DV and SA. So I try to not assault people's ears.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but if I saw something like that, I might, talk to whoever is my friend in the relationship, and just make sure everything's okay. How's the relationship going? But beyond that, if they, choose to have an age gap and they are great together, or even if they have issues, but they're just kind of like the issues everybody has, it's none of my damn business. I don't care. I'm responsible for me and who I date. I don't care about age gap. Now, personally, I won't date anybody, and some people would never do this. I'm 63. I won't date anybody under 45.
You look good for 63.
Didn't we just talk about this?
You said that before.
Owen knows what I'm going to say. Owen knows me so well. He knows what was wrong with that sentence.
I know what was wrong with it. That's why I said it.
I know you know, because I just told you off camera. So, but but my cutoff is 45. But the truth is, I have never met anybody under 50 who psychologically, mentally, maturity, emotional availability, and all the stuff has been a good match for me.
Well, I'm at the point now, I think if I meet somebody, regardless of the age, and this is going to come back to me, if compatibility is there and love is there and there's a real strong connection, you really have something, I guess it doesn't matter. I think too much, me personally. I worry about what every single person thinks, might say, might feel, and I don't know who cares. As the old thing says, let them.
Yeah, I don't care. I would not miss out on what could be the best relationship of my life based on what anybody would think. Having said that, I still can't even imagine dating anybody, I mean, honestly, under 50. Because like I said, anytime, and I've gone out on quite a few dates with guys between 45 and 50.
You're talking to a 21-year-old boy.
Talking for research. I would never go out with someone like that.
Research. Let me try this vodka. It's research. Well, it's not vodka.
No, okay. Everybody needs to have my back on this. I clearly said, he asked me, why do you even entertain a conversation? And I said, what? Chris?
Research. You want to know?
No. What did I say? Were you listening?
Of course I was listening.
What did I say?
You asked me key questions, which I don't remember each question.
Okay, but I asked two questions, and I always ask the same thing, and they know damn good and well that all I'm doing is out of curiosity. I'm talking to them, and we never talk beyond that, period. That doesn't mean that they may not, through the app, they may not continue to, reach out once every few months going, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Because they do. But I almost never reply back.
Right.
They know this is not happening.
I think these guys or boys, they're like, yeah, let me see if I can get this cougar, whatever. They might throw it on thick, do whatever, and then maybe.
Well, here's a funny thing. A lot of people assume, like my kids, they assume anybody, under 50 who would be wanting to date anybody over 50 has got to have a fetish, that it's a fetish. And that is not always the case. It certainly can be the case.
Right.
Certainly can, but it's not always the case. So we shouldn't label everybody as having some, crazy mommy fetish, because it's just not always true. There are legit guys out there from the time they're old enough to know about women are not interested in anybody that's their age. And they stay that way till the day they die. It's just how they are.
I agree.
You're attracted. The heart wants what the heart wants.
Well, that's what a friend of mine says, actually, Luann. So the heart knows what it wants. You're right. Yeah. The heart knows what it wants. And
absolutely.
That's true.
And I also have to say, speaking of Luann, I have to say, there are people that just don't look their age. There's lots and lots of people that look older than they are, but there are people, and probably not a whole bunch of people, but there are people who look fantastic. And when you see their pictures, you're like, I wouldn't think you were, past 40 or whatever. And they're 60. So now, and as an example, I have to say that your friend Luann, I saw her picture, and I cannot imagine she does not get hit on by young guys, because she looks
all the time. She looks
fantastic.
And then
I would never believe she was the age you told me she is. Never.
And she goes, it's like even my friend on there, Marianne, who you can't see, and her girlfriends, they go out and they're classy women, and they meet all these horrible guys. They're classy, good-looking women. They get hit on, and they meet these terrible guys. Where is the good people? Where do people, meet and it's good?
The good guys are not at the bars. It's just they just aren't.
are the good people.
The good guys are typically at home.
People.
The good people are typically at home. I don't care if they're men or women. It's like what I think it was Sandra said, or whoever it might have been Sandra, that that the people at the bars are uncomfortable being alone, or like you said, they're you know trying to pack in a bunch of stuff that they feel like they've missed in their life. Those aren't the people you're wanting a relationship with. If you're wanting a relationship, and you're looking for those good people, they're at home. You
No,
might
I
find them,
agree.
you know,
I
out with
agree. I
friends.
love staying home. You talk to me all the time. I have a beautiful home. I love staying here. I love being in my rec room, and I don't go out that much. When I do lately, other than the working, I feel out of place. Luann says, "Thank you, Christine. You're an amazing, beautiful person yourself. Thank you for the compliment."
Thank
Um,
you.
you know, I just lost my thought. You said something, and you made me lose my
I
thought
said they're at
completely.
home. They're at home. They're not
They're
out at the bars typically. They can't. Here's the thing, too. A good person can occasionally get drugged to the bars by their party friends. It happens. So it could happen. You could end up meeting your perfect person at a bar. It's just not likely.
so I just don't know where you go anymore. Like, I meet people. Okay,
I have suggestions.
what's that?
Well, there's um, so my big thing is you have to put yourself out. You have for because the good people, the decent people that are looking for relationships, they aren't going to be at bars. So where are they going to be? Well, they might be out camping, Chris. They might be camping.
Now it's funny
Um,
if these people all saw me these past 2 days, they'd be like, "That who's that?" Yeah, I was like the Rhinestone Guido. It was great. I loved it.
but you could find them camping. They could be out hiking, and you could pass by them on a hike. They could be there's this thing called meetup.com. So if you like to hike or kayak, or you like to collect something, or you like to travel, or
Well,
you like to ride.
according to our people, I like to collect women.
Yes, shut up. But you can go to meetup.com, and you can just type in what your interest is, and these groups are online, but the point is to meet in real life. So
Right.
you not only will meet people in real life, it'll be men and women, but you'll meet people who you already have something in common with. So it's a little bit of an edge.
Well, now, like you see, you're engaging on these dating apps, and people are talking to you. I'm on one, okay, and I get interest. Like people will say hello and or match with me, whatever you want to call it, and then I'll start to talk to them, and then they'll
They
be like,
disappear.
they'll come off. Oh, how are you? That's so wonderful. Blah, 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 blah. And then I'll be like, okay, let's talk. What do you want? And then it's like it's weird. Like, well, why are you here? Like, what are they
Wait,
doing?
I missed something. Who says it's weird?
I'm saying it gets weird. Like I'm like, all right, we'll talk. I don't want to stay on the app and talk.
Yeah.
If you are interested, okay, as hard as it is, younger, older, you know, you'll see my age, you'll see my distance, where I am to you, you'll see whatever. Then they'll come back, they'll say hello, like, oh, well, you're too old or you're too far. I'm like, then why did you? What did you want to see? How I said hello to you? Like it's like that
Well, I
all
mean,
the time.
in fairness, it could be that you were iffy, like they thought, oh, I might be attracted to him, I'm not sure, let's talk. They talk to you, and they're like, yeah, no, not interested.
But the conversation didn't even get out of the box.
Yeah, but you don't know what it might just be the way you said hello, and I don't mean
Hi,
it,
hi, nice to meet you.
it I am not I'm not
Maybe I
I'm
should
not
be like,
wrong.
yo, baby, how's it going, sweet cheeks? What should I say?
Everybody's different, and I don't know who these women are,
Me
that
neither. I can't get out of the box. I can't meet them.
but my point is, you don't, you know what the thing is, Chris, who cares? Because that thank goodness that they did that to you, because the odds are they've got some weirdness, and I mean weirdness for you. I don't mean that they're weird in general, but it's not compatible with you. They were probably expecting something, and you don't fit the bill, and and it's just the way it is, and that's good. You know it, right? Why waste your time? Move on.
I guess you're right. Hi, Donna Filer. Thank you for having my back. Donna says, I got you, Chris. I guess in one of the things I said, she's got me. Um,
Sandra says, why do men want a pen pal on the dating site? See, I
is they're probably married, right?
correct, correct, or just in a
Or
long-term
dating.
relationship. I mean, that's usually what it is. If they're honestly just having full-on conversations with you every day and it's not going anywhere, they're married or they're in a relationship. Because even
And
the guys that are trying to convince you that they want a relationship, but they really don't, but they don't want to tell you that they're just looking for sex, those are the guys I get. Um, even they will want to move to meeting.
well,
They don't want to be pen pals.
like Lizette just said, my friend in Florida, she said, they're looking for pen pals. They just want attention. Okay,
Well,
fine.
that could be it too, but the odds are they have a relationship. They don't
Then
need
their
the relationship
partner,
from you. Huh?
their partner should be giving them the attention they deserve,
Correct. And she's
and vice
right.
versa.
Yeah, they're seeking the attention they're not getting at home.
I think life and relationships go bad because people get complacent. They
Oh, for sure.
they
I always
just
say I always say that you have to stay, even if you're in a long-term relationship, if your partner's not your girlfriend or your boyfriend, there's something wrong. They got
right.
to be your girlfriend or boyfriend. You got to
I
think
see.
of them as your girlfriend or boyfriend.
Right.
You know,
And
and I,
you gotta always have something to look forward to. Things that you
yeah,
know, you don't just come home, eat dinner, make the dishes, do the laundry, and one goes reads a book and one's watches TV.
a
Whatever.
little bit of excitement all the time.
Something.
Yeah,
Something. It
it
doesn't
can
have
be
to be
something
wild,
small.
crazy house sex. Anything.
Yeah, anything.
Sit there, play a card game, or just forget about everything that's bothering you or life in general. Test the waters with something else. Go camping. Go buy a camper. Go camping.
Hey, one thing that could really get your husband going sometimes, and this goes along with what Sandra asked and what Chris said about him not getting the attention he needs. You might just want to sit down one evening and say, honey, tell me about your day, and actually be interested.
And not like this.
Exactly. Be
And
interested and actually listen.
I'm going to tell you, this weekend, these past couple days, I had my phone, as we all do. Okay, my phone was in the trailer, in the kitchen, wherever it was. Half the time, I was playing music through the Bluetooth system. Didn't check it that much. I did have it on me a lot, no doubt, because I was taking a lot of photos and having fun and sending to our group that we had, but not our group, my camping group. But anyway.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get any.
Yes, you did. Not as many as I sent out because, but what do you call it? It felt good. I actually sat. There was a group of 4 of us. We went to the beach, and my buddy's wife said, "Leave our phones." I said, "Great idea." We all left our phones on the table. We went down, no picture, and it was a beautiful night. The pictures would have been great. We sat there, and we had amazing conversation. All 4 of us talked equally engaged. There was laughter. There at one point somebody was crying because we're talking about something not bad. It was not me. I wasn't crying, but it was just good. I cry at the wind blow. So, but it was nice. It was really nice.
Yeah.
And that's what you're saying. Engaged.
And that's what you want in a relationship, right? Don't you want a relationship where you actually want to put the phone down?
Jimmy Buffett's got a song, and he goes, one of the lines in it goes, relationships, we all got them. We all want them. But what do we do with them? Just like that, he says it. And you know what? That's exactly what's happening in society, is that we all want them. We all can get them, but then we screw them up, or what do we do with them? How do we really make it? Does anybody really know how to make it? Younger or older? That's why, to backtrack for a second, if I met somebody tomorrow that was a little older, a little younger, or whatever, and it connected, maybe you got to rethink things,
Well, you say rethink it. So to go back to the original
Not
question.
worry about the age.
No, that's what I'm saying. So to go back to the original question, your answer was, so my answer was, I really don't care. I mean, I do have, my limits, obviously, and I told you guys that. Your answer was, you're too concerned about what people think to date somebody that's significantly younger than you. And you won't date older than you either. And from what you've told me, you really don't date like 10 years older.
Yeah, 10
Yeah.
years, 12 years, whatever. And it very much so could be an issue. Maybe I'm missing the boat. Maybe I'm being silly. 10 years either direction, you know.
Well,
I
you were
mean,
53. My last boyfriend was 53 when we started dating, and I was, well, when was it? So I was like 59.
and how did it work? How did it feel?
It was okay, physically, it was an extremely compatible relationship. And it was good in a lot of ways, really good. But yeah, I mean, we never even mentioned our age. Never even came up, other than in the beginning on the dating app to see that we were, obviously I was older than him, and to have us together, nobody would ever have thought.
Well, then that's fine. That's fine. And whatever reason it broke apart,
because he's a New Jersey scoundrel.
Oh, you told me about that. That's what the Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll talk about it someday, but it's
we have a lot of catching up to do for our next episode.
But yeah, so the only reason I said that is because, yeah, I do think you're missing out, Chris. I mean, I've never had a man who was 40 and above even think twice about going out with me if we got that far. If we decided we were compatible. It never had anything to do with age. It always had to do with compatibility.
Okay, so now think about this. You're 15 years old. There's a 26-year-old.
Apples and oranges.
Huh?
Apples and oranges.
Why is it apples and oranges when you're 35?
I'm sorry, but if you cannot see the difference between a minor and an adult versus two adults that are different in age, I can't help you. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just saying
we might not like it, but
of course I can see the difference. What I'm saying, it's hard. In my mind, I always equated it to that. This person was X when I was Y.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem, because you think that way, because you are no longer that age, and you are standing in the same room with a person who is a peer, an older peer, but definitely a peer, and you're trying to equate it to whatever you were when you were born.
I guess once you become an adult, and whatever portion makes you an adult, you're an adult. That's it. The age is a number. Doreen's on, Doreen Kukolo, who gave us a lot of insight last week and about her husband and ex-husband and our dating life and stuff. So she's on, and she seems like she's doing good and she enjoys the show. So Doreen, hopefully we're helping you, because I need help too. So
we all need help.
It's good stuff. I mean,
See, I'll tell you what, and I'm sorry to come on so strong about the comparison of a 15-year-old and a 26-year-old, but that kind of argument really gets me going, because
isn't that what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah, exactly. But I think people out there probably would have to agree with me. I mean, some probably do. I mean, one is abuse, right? One is breaking the law, and the other is just two adults.
I guess I oppose myself all the time. It's like ping, bang, boom, ping, and everything's going all over the place, and
yeah, you're your own worst enemy, Chris.
I am.
Yeah,
I am.
And you second guess, you overthink, you worry about what other people think. It's your life, Chris. Do what makes you happy, as long as you're not hurting anybody.
Well put. Well put.
Yeah.
You said that with such conviction. I hope everyone listens to what she just said, because it is true. It is your life. You only get one life, and it's a short ride. So make sure you take care of yourself and do whatever you want to do. Don't worry about what anybody thinks. Don't let anybody program you. And if you have been programmed, unprogram yourself. Hit a reset button.
Listen to our podcast. Do it every Tuesday and Thursday. You will become a free thinker.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, YouTube, Facebook, afterwards, wherever you stream. We'll see you in your streams on Spotify, on Sirius XM,
All over the
and
place.
all over the place. Check it out.
But it's true, you know. I mean, as long as you're doing no harm to another person, then you're okay, right? I mean, can't we all agree, as long as you're not harming someone or yourself, then people should just, butt out?
Donna Filer just said something. And I want to know, she goes, I'm out of a relationship, out of the podcast. What did that mean, Donna? If you're still on, I'm not sure what that meant.
Well, if she's saying I'm out of a relationship, I'm out of the podcast, it probably sounds like she's saying I don't want to talk or hear about relationships. I'm gone.
No, but she's cool. I don't know. Donna's a great person. I don't know if she I think it was a response to something, but we'll find out.
Sandra, I think that's fair. Sandra asks if he doesn't ask for my number or ask to meet after 2 days, I cut them off. Is that fair? I think that's fair. I don't think there's anything wrong with expecting things to move along. I mean, some people will ask you as soon as you, like, the first thing they say, hey, are you up for meeting like tomorrow?
Well, I mean, there's pros and cons to that.
Yes.
If you're free, white, and 21, as the old saying goes, that there's no connotations to that at all. Just go. Just say, hey, listen, let's cut to the chase. Have a cup of coffee, one drink. If it's gonna click, it's gonna click. If it's not, it's not.
Yeah. So Sandra, I don't think that's a problem at all. Sandra, I actually think what's more of a problem is not knowing what you want and not sticking by your decision. So if that's your decision, don't second guess it. Don't feel bad. Stick to it and do it.
Right. I agree.
Stay true to yourself.
I also think, and I want your guys' opinions, and you can email us at realtalkwithchristine@gmail.com and realtalkwithchrisanthony@gmail.com. How do you feel about, maybe we were doing a 45-minute podcast? What do you think about doing up to an hour? Because it seems like we go off and time just flies, and we really enjoy talking with you guys. So I'm looking at the time, and our time is up. So I'm willing to keep going for a few more minutes. And if everyone else thinks that's a good idea, send us your comments now. Email us. Let us know what you think. What do you think, Christine?
I'm kind of thinking we tend to go towards an hour. So I think we should say an hour from 7 to 8. And if we get done a few minutes early, we get done a few minutes early.
I doubt that's going to happen.
I do too, but we shouldn't go over.
I mean, we have some really great people on here talking and asking questions, and it's a lot of fun. So the moral to the story is, I got help on my own podcast with my partner, Christine. I'm going to stop overthinking.
Yes.
I'm
just going to do it. You happy, Chris?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true. I'm going to.
From talking to you, I get the feeling you have missed some opportunities. Just
maybe.
Saying. Yeah.
Possible.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Thanks, I'm sure we've all missed opportunities. I'm just saying, maybe age related, maybe because of.
I'm going to tell you about a good idea later.
Okay. I'm not going to let age be the determining factor beyond the obvious, as I said. I mean, I'm not going out with a 21-year-old.
Can you just promise me one thing? Please promise me you won't go out with the boy.
What did I just say?
I know, but promise me he could be our grandkid.
Right? No, my granddaughter's 25. No.
Please.
No, I really prefer not to date anybody that's younger than any of my kids, and my daughter is 44. So
exactly.
Yeah.
How would your daughter feel if you brought home a 40-year-old?
She really doesn't care too much. She would care if he was like a scoundrel and immature, and then she'd care a lot. But she'd care regardless of his age. But the age would be a factor then. Then she'd make a big deal of it.
First of all, I don't think you would date a scoundrel or a bad guy or whatever. But I'm saying, your daughter's 44. What if you brought home a 40-year-old?
Yeah, I don't think.
And then I'm going to really get controversial.
I don't think she'd be bothered by it, though.
You bring home a 40-year-old. You're dating. He meets your beautiful daughter.
No.
No what?
No. I know what
No
you're
what?
suggesting. No, I would not be dating anybody like that, and my daughter's not like that. Now, as far as me dating someone like that, I don't.
My point.
As far as me dating someone like that, okay. So, what's your point?
You are dating a 40-year-old. You meet, you date for a few months, you connect. Maybe you're intimate. Things are going well. Whatever. Okay, the age doesn't matter. Now it's time you bring him home. He meets your daughters, whatever he meets. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, him, not you. He's like, hey, how you doing?
Right. That's what I was talking about.
Now, I don't think your daughter's going to do that, but
that's what I'm talking about. Can you imagine? We don't know who we're dating. Okay. I mean, we don't know until stuff starts happening, life starts happening, situations start happening, and then we see how they react and who they really are. The mask starts coming off, and that's another topic for another show. I want to talk about, listening when people show you who they are or tell you who they are, really believe them. But sometimes you just don't know. But if I brought somebody home that was, and you know what, Chris, I'm not even gonna go into this whole thing. Fact is, any man I brought home could be that way.
Okay, well, I was just going with the age factor.
My daughter's pretty. My 25-year-old granddaughter is absolutely freaking gorgeous. What, do I have to worry about every man? I hope not. I know I don't have to worry about my family.
Well, I mean, listen, men are men. We're going to look at a woman and be like, wow. If you meet the granddaughter and you're going to think to yourself, wow, she's very attractive. But
there's nothing wrong with that.
Start there and end there, period.
Yeah, like we said in the beginning, a decent person. We're looking for decent people. A decent man is going to be interested in me and appreciate all the beauty in the world around him. But when it comes to intimacy, he wants me.
So there's a question here. Christine, I have a question. If you don't want to date someone older, how are you compatible being a good friend to someone who's older?
What?
I'll read it again. I'll read it with diction. Christine, if you don't want to date someone who's older, I'll add my own words in. How are you compatible being just a good friend with someone that's older of the opposite sex?
Okay.
So if you're very compatible with someone of the opposite sex and they're older, but you don't want to date someone who's older, how is it okay to just be very compatible with them and keep them as your friend?
How is that not okay?
But
that's the only thing I can come up with. How is it not okay? If I don't want to be intimate with somebody, but we're compatible in other ways on a friendship level, that happens all the time, regardless of age. Why wouldn't I be friends just because I don't want to have a relationship? And I might be misunderstanding, but the way I hear it is, if you're compatible enough to be a friend, how are you doing that since you don't want to be intimate with them?
Right.
I don't want to be intimate with everybody out there, but I do have male friends I don't want to be intimate with. That's the way that works. And I didn't say I don't want to date anybody older than me. I honestly will date any age, depending upon their level of, mental awareness and physical attributes and what have you, and stamina. I actually talked to a man that was like 72 last week, and I would have no idea. No idea.
First of all, that, in our age bracket, I'm going to say that might be okay. I do have to say one quick thing. A special congratulations. We have a new listener, Denise Viscuso Liptak, which just became the new Denise Giaquinto on Saturday. So congratulations, Denise. Yay. I was invited to the wedding. I could not attend because I had to work. Denise is a very dear friend of mine. Denise,
awesome.
Want you to know that I was incessantly watching Facebook and being so upset because it looked like such a wonderful affair. You and Dwayne looked fabulous. Clearly, after 15 years, They got it right. And guess what? I helped set them up.
Good.
What did I
Very
do
good.
that I can't do it for myself? What is going on here?
So Sandra says an hour is good.
Yes.
And Owen, you'll have to tell me why you said why. Owen just said why.
Owen just said what?
Why?
Why an hour?
He doesn't elaborate. It just says why. So Owen, I need a little more information to know what you're referring to.
Yeah, I can only I can't see the comments until they scroll down to a certain point. That's why. Oh, I think I'm learning. Okay. Oh, now I can do it. Oh, I see.
Owen, tell us why in reference to what? And I'm happy to answer you. But yeah, when it comes to the question about me not dating older, I will date older, just depends. I mean, you know what? I just don't look at age. It has to do with, again, keep that in context. I made it perfectly clear I'm not dating a boy, okay? So when I say I don't consider age, I'm talking about, is he 45? Is he 75? Or somewhere in between. I'm not worried about that as much as I want to know, okay, bottom line is, if I have a great connection with somebody and he's on my mind constantly and I want to talk to him and he makes me happy, I am not going to say, damn it, he's 10 years older than me. I just don't want to do it. I'm just not. He's healthy, he's happy, and we want each other on so many different levels. I'm not going to let age bother me.
I guess, when it comes down to what I said about mortality and things like that and life being short, I guess you're right. What's the difference? You can't think extreme. You can't worry about age. You just enjoy that moment. Whatever moments are there, enjoy them.
Well, yeah, and we're talking about having such a hard time finding that decent, good person that's our fit. Why would we turn someone away because they're 10 years older than us? As long as the match is there. And I'm assuming Chris and me, to say that you're our match, you're not going to be on a ventilator in a hospital. You're going to be out doing things, horseback riding, kayaking, hiking, enjoying a bottle of wine, whatever. You're going to be doing things. You're not laying on the couch 24/7 because you can't get up because you got no stamina. That's why we're attracted to you. So when it comes right down to it, if they've got the attributes you want, what does it matter if they're a little bit older or a little bit younger? I just don't see where it matters. And Owen, you are right. I was going to use you as an example. Owen's 10 years older than me, and we're friends. I would, to answer that question, just because I don't, just because we're not intimate together, because I don't want to have a relationship with him that is of a romantic nature, doesn't mean that we can't be friends. We can. Now, going back to last week's podcast, whether I continue to have male friends or not, after I have a relationship, that's like, Owen might not want to be, he might not be comfortable being friends with me after I'm in a relationship. I don't know. My guy, maybe we don't want to, I don't know.
Well, that goes back to what we said last week about the respect factor of a relationship and not talking to anybody anymore or doing whatever. That has to be a boundary that has to be discussed and set between all parties.
Exactly. You need to talk about that before you even commit to a relationship. You need to agree that you both have those kind of boundaries because you don't want them to piss you off and cause resentment.
Right.
And you don't want to disrespect like your girlfriend did you. You don't want that disrespect.
That's
she
true.
Obviously didn't agree with you. And that was something that should have been discussed prior. So she wasn't disrespecting you for 2 years.
Right. Right. Yeah. Completely disrespecting. So you're right. We've covered a lot of stuff today.
Chris picks the crazies.
I sure do. Sandra. Sure. Sandra gets it. She knows me well. So listen, stay tuned, right, Christine? Our hour is up.
I know.
How about
Too
that?
Quick.
It goes fast. I love hanging with you guys. Get some tunes on. So,
well, fortunately, we'll see you Thursday, so we don't have to wait a whole weekend before we get to see you guys again.
I know, that's right. And hopefully I'll get to play around with the camper a little bit in between. I'm looking forward to that. And we're probably going to do a podcast from a campsite at some point, so we'll have some fun with that. Get some guests on, right?
Yep.
So,
Actually, we were contacted by somebody today who, Rob, was saying that he would come on the podcast as a guest.
who did?
Rob, the guy that we were talking to.
Oh, that's great. And Rob, I want to tell you, we're going to bring that up next week. We went off on a tangent. Definitely want to talk about that. Thank you for your comment. That was a fantastic comment you made to Christine, and your support is much appreciated. We love you. It's great.
Yes. And guys, give us your comments on the group, email, here, wherever. We love your comments. Tell us anything you want. Give us the feedback. We don't care.
Baby.
Positive, negative, just give it to us. Give it to us.
Real Talk with Christine at gmail.com. Real Talk with Chris Anthony at gmail.com. And what's the group?
Unfiltered Real Talk with Christine. And pretty soon, guys, we will make the name change to Unfiltered Real Talk with Christine and Chris. He's almost off probation.
Christine just wants to make sure I'm going to commit to the podcast relationship.
It's all about the commitment, right, ladies?
We will be there. And I'm having a great time with you guys. Christine, you're the best. And I guess that's all we got time for, ladies and gentlemen. So until next week, until Thursday, 7 p.m., right?
Hey, if you have any topic suggestions, you can let us know too.
Email realtalkwithchristine@gmail.com, realtalkwithchrisanthony@gmail.com. And don't forget, you can stream it all over the place, wherever you see your podcast.
After I upload it.
She'll be uploading it pronto. We'll see you in your streams.
Bye, guys.
Doesn't she look great tonight? She's got a glow. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.